Okay, everybody, Nasdaq recap here on May 19th. And so you can look at today. Today was actually an indecisive doji day, kind of a tougher day to trade for sure, pretty choppy. But that was after a day yesterday that was a very strong move down, and then pre-market was down as well. So it's not surprising to see that there was a little bit of indecision of how far we were going to go down here. But if you look at some of these other doji days, look at the days after. There's some big moves after that. So after indecision becomes decision. Indecision, decision. Indecision, decision. So we'll have a decision tomorrow. We don't know if it's going to go down to 285. We don't know if it's going to go back up to 302. Just be ready, be fluid, be ready to go on whatever comes our way tomorrow because it is all possible. About right here. And just remember, we're looking for trendline breaks and Psar change for our A plus setups. And even on a choppy day, there were some A plus setups that we could have. So first of all, we want to look at this and find out, okay, at 9:15, so that's Central Standard Time for me, 9:15 would be about right here, and that is 45 minutes into market open. We want to take a time right here when this one finishes to pause on here and just get our Fibonacci levels on here just to get an idea of the levels that we have for the day and see if something will honor that. But now I'm actually just going to fast forward a little bit. Is to see, you can see the resistance right here, and so somebody could actually have placed a stop buy right above this level right here and try to get in on calls. There just really wasn't much in here that said to me that calls were going to be of continuation today, so I was just sitting and watching at this point. But if something like this does occur, maybe you're trying to find out where might be the high of the day, trying to find out where that might be, and then at the same time, you're drawing your trend lines to find out where we might possibly have a trend line break. And so this is the first time right here where we're seeing a little bit of weakness. That might be a decent time for somebody to buy some puts far out, like 3 weeks out. You can see Psar is creeping here as well. For an A plus setup here though, we are looking for a trend line break where we can get in underneath the 20. That would be an actual confirmation of a trend line break. This is pretty far above VWAP, so I'm cautious, okay? So I did not have a stop buy here. I'm just looking for something here where I can get in. Now I can see that support is there, so I'm actually going to have a stop buy right under here at that 292 level where I would get in on puts at this level because that would be confirmation now underneath this Fibonacci level. And so you can see right there. Okay, so right there we were able to get in, and I'm actually going to redraw my Fibonacci levels because we do have a different high of the day in here. So that was $1.96 on those 289 puts. And I'm actually going to do something here, just take a little pause to say, okay, we've got a new high in on the day. So let's just get these levels better understood so we can say, okay, there's our bottom wick there, and here is our top high of the day there, because now that that's more current, that's going to help us to know when to get out of our positions here. And so we're coming down. I'm watching this right here. This could be an electric fence, but it seems like it's moving through there. I have a sell right here, right there. And so you can see I got out right there. That was about a 30 to 35% gain for sure right there. And then we want to find out if it stays underneath this Fibonacci level. It might actually move down further, possibly to the 78.6. Let's just take a look and see what we might have. And there we go. So right here, you can see once it hit that level right there, it's good that we redrew our lines, that actually went to $3.16. And literally to have a sell right at that line is going to help you to maximize your profits. $3.16, that was a 60% move in our day. That's an awesome gain to have on a choppy day. And you'll see very soon why it's really important to sell right at these Fibonacci levels, because we can have bounces that occur pretty fast. And you can see right there, we have what I call a tweezer candle. And that really can be a sign of if this bar right here, if this candle actually almost equals this one, it could be a sign that we're going to be moving up after that. And you can see it's climbing and Psar is creeping. So I'm going to speed this up again because there wasn't really a good play to be made in here. We're looking for trend level breaks. You can see, boy, did that come back down, and then boom, just hit that fib level and skyrocketed up. Just nasty, a really nasty move. So yes, somebody could have gotten into calls here, but you'll see once again, there's just really no strong move here. They're not letting it come down, and so this one right here could have told you that, yeah, you could have gotten in on calls on a small move. But yeah, right here, if somebody got in on those calls, this was really tricky because why did it stop right there? Well, you can see right here, we actually had a little bit of a resistance right up here. And so it's not always going to be these Fibonacci levels. In fact, there was another one right here that we should mark as well. This one right here was a line of support from earlier in the morning. And we're going to keep this here because that's going to play into a move coming up pretty soon here as well. So if somebody was thinking about getting in on this particular move here, you have to make sure for an A plus move that you understand where your trend level is, that bounced off the trend. And so let me go ahead and move this back a little bit. I have a stop buy placed underneath this trend, underneath this wick, and there it goes. It got filled. And so that was actually $1.75 at this point. And we're trying to find if we can get even a 50% move. That would be a great move on a choppy day. So watch how some of these levels come into play again. If you got in right here, yes, you were looking to sell some of your position right there. You don't know if it's going to bounce off this level or not, but you want to make sure that you get in on that right there. Now, if it gets underneath this level, there's no guarantee that it's going to get down to that 78.6 fib. But this line from earlier in the morning of a line of support that we drew is going to be very important. As you're watching this, and you're also watching the clock, it's 2:25. There's really only about a half an hour left of trading. You want your sell right here above this line. You want to get out at the maximum spot here. It's going to retest some area before it might bounce. And we're just almost there. And boom, it hit it and popped right up. So you would have gotten out right at the perfect time before it had a little bit of a bounce at the end of the day.